And hello, everyone, and welcome to South Atlantic Wrestling. I'm Ted Webb. My partner at ringside today will be the living legend, Mr. Paul Jones. Paul, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm excited about tonight. I understand you have a 1-hour action-packed program.
Well, we're going to be seeing the Tennessee stud, Robert Fuller, the NAWA heavyweight champion. We'll see the Nasty Boys in action. You'll see a host of the best professional wrestling talent in America. And before we get underway, I want to bring on a guy that really has done a fantastic job, the executive director of Parents for a Drug-Free Youth, Mr. John Kroll. How are you?
Doing great tonight. Pleasure to be here.
Tell us a little something about graduation, Project Graduation.
Project Graduation is a wonderful celebration for high school kids in our area to celebrate in an alcohol and drug-free environment. We got the largest one in the country.
Tell you what, I hear you're doing a great job, an admirable job, and we got to start with them when they're young.
It's all for these guys right here. They're very much worth it.
I tell you what, we will be working in association with you throughout the future, and I can tell you that it's a partnership we're very proud of.
Pleasure doing business with you. We're real excited about what the Wrestling Association is doing for us, and it's going to be a great partnership.
You ready for some action?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let us turn it over to the ring right now, where it's going to get hot and heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first event is tag team action from New York City, New York. Combined weight of 590 pounds, the South Atlantic Tag Team Champions, Knobs and Sags, the Nasty Boys.
And nasty as they want to be is the word. These guys have earned the title of being nasty, the Nasty Boys.
Their opponents from Manning, South Carolina, weighing 228 pounds, it's Bo Ragin. Teamed up with Bo from Mooresville, North Carolina, weighing in at 240 pounds, William Ford.
Bo Ragin and William Ford have their work cut out, Paul Jones. They're taking on perhaps the nastiest pair that I've seen so far. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little more impressed watching them together than I am watching the champion Robert Fuller team up with Matt Borne.
Oh, that's exactly right. Well, you notice here, Ted, these two men in there against the Nasty Boys are a little better than the average guys that they've been beating up. And you may see a big surprise here in this match, Ted. You mentioned Fuller and Borne. Well, these guys are all they're all in cahoots, and you know they're all in stud stables, so we can't expect too much out of them.
Byron Richard, the referee for this event, into the ring is the man they call Sags in there against Bo Ragin in the white trunks. And these guys have gone and defended this belt all over the South Atlantic area. I mean, they have not turned down challenges from anybody, though, frankly, they're a little concerned about the American Bulldogs.
Oh, exactly. Ever since they hit this area, the American Bulldogs have been hot on their trail. And then they won the World Tag Team belts, and the Bulldogs, by beating the Nasty Boys, Ted, they would get a double treat. They would eliminate the Nasty Boys and also get the icing on the cake, which is the belts.
Great talking to John Kroll from Parents for a Drug-Free Youth. They're the ones behind Project Graduation. And, of course, last week we talked to Richard Beelan for people against drugs and AIDS infections. And we at South Atlantic Wrestling are certainly going to do our part to spread the word to say no to drugs. Bo Ragin into the ring, collar and elbow with a man they call Sags. Nasty Boy Sags into the ropes. Byron Richard calls for a break, and we get a clean one. This is a good competitor, this young kid, Bo Ragin. You worked with him a bit.
Yeah, he is. He's aggressive, and he's strong, and you can see we look for a lot out of Bo Ragin in the near future.
Into the ring again, into the corner, and on the break, Sags firing away and ramming his head into the turnbuckle. And I'll tell you what, these guys stop at nothing. Byron Richard continues to count, and Sags is completely oblivious to the fact that he's violating the rules. He doesn't care. But Ragin, with a great reversal, says, you want to go downtown? Eat some of this.
What is?
Oh my. Ragin was caught in that standing lariat. And Bo Ragin is in trouble right now.
He better get out of the corner.
He better. The North Atlantic Wrestling Wrestling Association Tag Team Champions are administering the punishment now, Paul.
You know, Ted, the Nasty Boys, this is what they're great at. That's double teaming and keeping the man over there in that corner and keeping him off his feet.
Each guy carries over 300 pounds, Paul. So, you know, you're going in there against a massive force.
Well, you know, Bo keeps fighting back. He keeps coming back. And if he keeps doing that, we might see an upset here today.
Well, I'll tell you right now, an upset on television would certainly be a great blow to the Nasty Boys' ego. And I might say that they were beaten on TV about a month ago by the Bulldogs.
Well, that's right. I think one of their biggest thorn in the side is the Bulldogs. And I'll tell you, if anybody is a top contender, the Bulldogs are. If they watch it, they're going to lose this belt.
Well, I'll tell you, when you wear the strap, everybody in the world wants a piece of you, and that's no exception here.
Well, you know, Ted, whenever I was champion numerous times, you know, it's always in the back of my mind, there's only one way to go, and that's down, and everybody's shooting at you.
Well, you can see right now that these guys like wearing the strap. They know it means extra money, extra prestige, more television coverage. The magazines want to interview you. The newspapers want to interview you. So they go that extra mile to protect that belt.
Well, they got Ford in trouble here. And you notice, Ted, since they won those belts, they've been more and more aggressive.
No doubt about it. They've got more to lose, Paul.
That's exactly right.
Into the turnbuckle goes William Ford, and here comes 300-some-odd pounds landing square on his chest. Ford right now is stunned. I mean, I know of a few two-car collisions that didn't have that much of an impact.
Well, that's right.
National Safety Council ought to investigate these guys here. He's got him up for that power slam, and the tag is made. The lead man in the ring is Sags, and there is Sags climbing up on the top rope, getting ready to do the nasty swan dive, and here he comes. Boom! 300-plus pounds from the top rope. This one belongs to the Nasty Boy. The winners of this match, Knobs and Sags, the North American Wrestling Association Tag Team Champions, the Nasty Boys. Let's take a look at this on instant replay on our slow-motion camera, Paul. Give us an idea of what this feels like.
We're right here, Ted. This is also painful. It knocks the wind out of you, and it's almost premeditated. 1, 2, 3.
Right there in the middle of the breadbasket. Don't go away. We have a new addition to South Atlantic Wrestling. It's something they call the Stud Stable. The Tennessee Studder, Robert Fuller, will have a special guest or two. I can't wait to see this.
Me neither.
They call themselves the Nasty Boys of Fortune.
Week, the NAWA heavyweight champion Robert Fuller has purchased this time on South Atlantic Wrestling, and we're being led to believe that this is called, what, the Stud Stable?
That's right, that's right. You know, I'm a man of my word, and I promised that I was going to come out here. Not only was I going to have a special segment of the program in which I would be doing some commentating. You know, after last week, everybody's been wanting to hear more of my commentation, and I said I'd have the boys out here. Here they are. Here's the champs right here, and I got Matt Borne, one of the finest wrestlers of all time. We've got some surprises for you people today. Before we get started, let's get Luther out here. Luther D. Get Luther D out.
Luther D., who made his debut on South Atlantic Wrestling.
You know, just last week on this program, that we decided that Luther would be a good man for our company. We went and talked to him. We haven't got anything signed with him right now, but I think we're going to be able to. Luther, right now, I want you to take a look at that right there. Go on, son. Come on, boy, open that up and have a look at it.
These are $100 bills.
That's right.
Lord.
Them are $100 bills. That's exactly what they are. Woo. You know what that is?
What is it?
That's icing on the cake. That wallet right there is your wallet. What's mine is yours. You understand?
My wallet?
That's icing. What I want to do now, I want to show him the cake. Come on, man, open it up. Can you read, boy?
Of course I can. I'm not going to be your boy.
This is your ticket to success.
I know you're not a boy, and that's just a term of speech here. I didn't want to say it like that. You can read that contract, all right?
Of course I
I
can.
want you to have a good look at it. While you do, I'm going to sing a little song, guys, because I promised them I was going to. I wrote this song last week. I wrote this song last week. I wrote it for all the people of Carolina. I want you to listen to the words very carefully. I know that someday you're going to want us to want you. When we're in love with somebody new. Oh, that's it, Robbie, baby. Oh, you want us to be
think it's good.
You like it?
I love it.
You like it?
I like it.
Look at your wallet again now.
Shut your face.
It's pretty good to you, don't it?
Woo, yes. This is good to anybody. I could do a lot of good things with this.
All right. Get a pencil out here.
Ooh. Ooh, credit cards too.
Wait a minute now.
Woo.
Credit card. Can you believe this guy?
Woo. Lord have mercy.
Listen, son. Them credit cards are yours. You just get the pictures out of there when you get it in the bank. Give me the pictures back. You got the wallet, credit cards, money and all. Sign the contract right now.
Give me a pen. I'll sign it. I'll sign it.
There you go.
This is a big moment for you, Luther. Use my biggest thing you'll ever do right here. Use my Put it up there. Spell it right now. Spell it right.
Right here.
I like this, Matt. This is a big moment for Luther here.
Yeah.
We got this, boy, huh?
You go to the
Go ahead and write it, Luther.
Go to the top.
Let me see it.
Got it done.
He's got it. He's got it. Luther,
Yeah.
welcome to the greatest organization in professional wrestling. You're going to be a happy man. I'm going to go out with finishing up the rest of the song.
Oh, finish it up, Robert.
And although you don't want us now, we'll get along somehow. And then we won't be wanting you. How about it, baby?
Attention all high school band and athletic booster clubs, civic groups, police and fire departments. Put the power of America's #1 fundraiser, professional wrestling, and this television station to work for you. That's right. You can raise funds for your group or organization by bringing the stars of South Atlantic Wrestling to your hometown. For more info, call area code 704-362-2994 or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to South Atlantic Wrestling, P.O. Box 221269, Charlotte 28222. Stay tuned for more info on South Atlantic Wrestling coming to your area.
Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 277 pounds, from the Queen's Court, one half of the royal family, Jacko Victory.
Jacko Victory going at it alone tonight right here on South Atlantic Wrestling, and this will be the first time we've seen him go solo.
His opponent weighing in at 240 pounds from Charlotte, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson and Jacko Victory going at it, and Paul Jones is at ringside with yours truly, Ted Webb. Paul, have you ever seen Jacko Victory in singles action?
Yes, I have. Not recently, and I'm surprised that he's not being backed up by
Rip Morgan.
And I'll tell you, we'll see what he has to offer us tonight in a single competition.
Rough, tough competitor. And he, one half of the royal family. You've seen the royal family 100 times, and you know these guys ask for no quarter and give none.
Well, that's right, and but I don't look for Jacko to go out and try to start a fight with more than one person tonight without his co-partner.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Disturbing news, very disturbing news tonight was to see the addition of Luther D to the stud stable, Paul.
Well, Ted, I don't know. Usually, you can see what's coming next, and I don't know what's going through that devious mind of Robert Fuller. I really don't know. I mean, it just seems like right at the 50-yard line, and he runs up the bleachers, and it'll be interesting to see what he has in store for Luther.
Nice arm drag takedown by Brian Johnson. And Jacko going for the corner, but his partner wasn't there. See, that's one of those habits you form when you wrestle as a tag team, and then all of a sudden you're in there alone. I don't think that the confidence level is as high.
Well, that's right. This is do or die. If you're going to do it, you got to do it on your own in this situation here. And and like a few years ago when Ricky Steamboat and I were wrestling tag team champions, world tag team champions, we're traveling around, and you sort of you get in a situation where you depend on your partner, and I think this is a situation he's in now.
Well, there's a nice knee and a right to the face, and Brian Johnson's in trouble right now. Jacko obviously trying to send a message. Nice takedown. One, but he powers out. Ronnie Hanna, the referee for this event. One half of the Roll family, Jacko Victory.
You know, Ted, I hate to bring this up, but it's fresh on my mind. I want to say one thing about Stud and his stable. Steamboat and I, we're putting together great support. I mean, we don't have to go out and look for guys. We don't have to pay guys, and we don't have to have them sign contracts. They're coming on board, just offering us their not only their advice, but their help, and whenever we need it. And I guarantee you that makes us feel great when we have friends that will do that.
Well, I'll tell you what should make you feel very proud in the fact that Vince Torrelli, and you saw the contract, was offered a great deal of money to sign with a stable, and he just flat told him, forget it, money doesn't buy me. You can't buy that friendship, that trust, that love that I have with Paul Jones, that respect. I like Vince Torrelli.
Well, he's great. I tell you, he's really a manager's dream, and also a great friend. And I tell you one thing else about Fuller. He hasn't seen the last of Steamboat and Jones.
You can bet on that one, my friend. You can bet on that one. Hi to Margaret Johnson, who wrote us a nice letter. She watches us in Greenville, South Carolina. Says she loves South Atlantic wrestling. And Margaret, thank you for being a fan, and we love watching. We love having you watch us every week.
Good armbar by Brian Johnson.
Well, you can see right now by the response of Jacko Victory that one hurt. That big thunderous elbow coming across the shoulder. You know, right about now is when he misses Rip Morgan the most.
Exactly.
Right about this time, he'd be trying to peel into the corner to make the tag, and there's no one to tag to. We're going to run to the rock for rescue, and there is no rock. Into the turnbuckles. Uh-oh, Johnson may have hurt himself, Paul.
Well, he's down on the cement floor.
Well, you can see the cagey maneuver of a ring general, a savvy ring general like Jacko Victory, and right away noticing that the shoulder was hurt, he went out there to add additional punishment to it. Ronnie Hanna cautioning Jacko Victory, and just as soon as the count stops, he's back outside going to work on that elbow again. Boom, right into that shoulder. Brian Johnson, much the worse for wear right now, Paul Jones.
That's right. He's trying to wear that arm down, so taking advantage, and who knows, he may try for submission on the arm.
Well, we see Curtis Thompson apply that quite a bit. Curtis Thompson is a powerful individual, Paul, and I think a tad misguided perhaps right now. A guy that, frankly, if he wouldn't be so in love with himself, he might be wearing a title or two.
Well, that's right. I'll tell you one thing, Ted. Curtis Thompson, like him or not, the man has a ton of ability, and he's going to be a big star. He needs the opportunity, and I hope he changes his ways and try not to take a shortcut.
In Greenwood, South Carolina tonight, we're proud to be joined by John Crowell of Project Graduation and Parents for a Drug-Free Youth. He brought his gang with him out here today, and boy, we're working with them. We're definitely interested in seeing youngsters growing up drug-free in America, Paul.
Well, exactly. I tell you, Steamboat made a statement also. You know, it starts in the home, and I'm a firm believer of that. And love in the home will do wonders for kids. And like I mentioned once before, Ted, I feel like that if you're looking, you should find your hero at home, and that's in your father. And people that go out looking on streets and different places for heroes, there's likely something in the home.
Jacko Victory in the black tights, Brian Johnson in the black trunks. This is South Atlantic Wrestling, the best in professional wrestling. And I'll tell you what, the competition, the level of competition continues to increase. I am a tad concerned about the balance of power and Luther D signing with a Stud stable moments ago.
Well, like I said, Ted, I'm curious to see what Stud's, what his next move is, because I know he's got something up his devious sleeve.
Always, always. I'll tell you what, a more cynical mind, I think you'd have to search to find than what is possessed by Robert Fuller.
Ted, let me ask you something. Did he actually buy time in this program?
He has actually, Paul, out of his own pocket, purchased Stud. He has actually gone and purchased Stud Stable, which is a portion now of South Atlantic Wrestling. And what the guy does during that time, I am told by the producer, is strictly whatever he wants to do. If he wants to, quote-unquote, entertain us with his guitar, or if he wants to bring his friends out there and humiliate the opposition, it doesn't matter. He can do whatever he wants to at that time. He has purchased it.
Well, one thing I keep thinking about, Ted, and I don't like it. What if he comes up one week and says he buys 30 minutes of the program?
That would worry me greatly, and I would have to, at that time, make a phone call to the commissioner of the North American Wrestling Association, Paul.
Yeah. Well, he did say that he was going to be controlling this area, wrestling, programming, and everything else.
Well, I certainly would like to think that he does not possess as much power as he'd like to think he does. Jacko Victory in the ring against Brian Johnson. Jacko Victory wrestling solo tonight, one half of the Royal family. And I can tell you right now that this guy can wrestle. I mean,
he can. You know, he's staying on that arm and wearing that arm down, and it just, you know, who knows? Brian Johnson may give up. They're still fighting Brian Johnson.
Johnson is a powerfully built man with big legs, and he planted a couple of those knees into Victory's midsection. Jacko Victory right now, though, the tide flowing in his favor. Off the ropes, flying elbow, and Brian Johnson is stunned, going over for the cover. 1, 2, and he kicks out at the count of 2, but that was a near pin.
Back to that arm.
Back to that arm, that same arm that he injured just moments ago outside of the ring. Referee Ronnie Hanna. And I got to tell you that the crew is doing a great job tonight. Great camera angles. You are in the ring with Jacko Victory and Brian Johnson. You are there. You can feel the action. You can see the look on Brian Johnson's face, Paul. That is the look of a man that is in pain right now.
Exactly. He keeps fighting back, though.
Great backdrop. Great backdrop. And Jacko Victory right now saying, slow it down. I'm not used to being in the ring this long. I have a partner. And there he is. Oh.
This could be it, Ted.
This could be it. He surprised Brian Johnson. And you saw the look on Jacko Victory's face. It is all over. This one belongs to one half of the Royal family, Jacko Victory. Paul, let's look at this on instant replay. And you describe the action on our slow motion camera right now. Jacko Victory pinning Brian Johnson.
Okay, you see Brian here. He's got the upper hand. I think he gets just a little overconfident, a little more excited. Right there, boom, he stops him. This is it. Front suplex.
Oh, wow, right on his face, on the shoulder that he had already hurt. And there's the cover. 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match is Jacko Victory. Don't go away. Did you know who's coming up next? We got our buddy, the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat in action. This is South Atlantic Wrestling.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 231 pounds, it's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I can tell you right now that the crowd loves Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Homegrown, loved and adored, and certainly the top-ranked contender right now for Robert Fuller's North American Wrestling Association title.
His opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 227 pounds, Trent Knight.
Paul Jones, Trent Knight is as rough a customer as you want to have coming down the pike.
There he is. This is a good. Ted, this is a good match. I think that Steamboat is going to be tested by Trent Knight. I think Trent Knight can possibly pull something out of his bag of tricks to hurt Steamboat. So Steamboat's going to have to keep his guards up.
Well, I've seen some classic matches involving Trent Knight, and I can tell you one thing. He gives 100% out there. I question the tactics as well. Great fireman carry takedown. Trent Knight's cagey. He knows where the gas stations are out there in the ring. I mean, he finds himself in trouble. He knows how to get into the ropes.
Well, that's right, Ted. One thing about Trent Knight, this man will test anybody. He'll test anybody. He's not exactly a bully, but he's like a bully. You know, he'll make his move. If he can take advantage of the situation, he sure will.
You just saw Ricky the Dragon Steamboat put Trent Knight about 7.5 feet up in the air with a hip lock takedown. This kid's powerful. A lot of people don't realize that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat missed in North Carolina in 1982.
Exactly. Ted, you said something a minute ago about the fans love Steamboat. They do. They love him, and it's just I enjoy just watching the electricity goes through my body when I see Steamboat walk out, and the people just get excited and cheer and make all that noise.
Well, a rolling reverse cradle, but he got out of it and twisted it, and Trent Knight almost found himself on the canvas. Great arm drag. I'll tell you what, there is no one that delivers a better arm drag takedown in the business than Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Well, you know, Ted, I bet you Fuller and the rest of his studettes, I bet they're back there watching Steamboat like a hawk.
You bet they are. You bet they are.
And you know, Ted, I told you earlier, we're not through with a stud and his stable. I guarantee you one thing.
No, I can guarantee you one thing myself, that it's going to be a hot fall here.
That's right. We're on hot pursuit.
You're watching South Atlantic Wrestling. When you see the seal of the North American Wrestling Association, you are assured of the finest in professional wrestling. In the ring right now in the blue trunks, Trent Knight from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, taking on North Carolina's own Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
He hurt Steamboat with that backbreaker. The Steamboat's done.
Well, he just poked him in the eye right now and delivered a drop kick from the top rope. Steamer is stunned. Powering out at the count of 2 and lucky to do so. Into the ropes. Great maneuver by Steamboat. Flying lateral body press. 1, 2. Another arm drag takedown. Man, this guy puts on a clinic every time he delivers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ted, you saw that the Steamboat took some punishment in a great physical shape that he's in. He bounced back quickly, and that's a sign of a champion. That's a sign of a well-conditioned athlete.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Mr. Robert Fuller better not turn his back on this guy because he's hot on his heels. I spoke to Ricky before the program, and he told me he's a goal-oriented man, and he has that goal of wearing the strap, the North American Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship, and he said he ain't going to rest until he's wearing it.
Well, that's it. You know, like I said weeks and weeks ago, Ted, as far as I'm concerned, Steamboat's the uncrowned champion.
And in the eyes of many, they say that when you give the belt to Robert Fuller, credit maniac Matt Borne with an assist.
You know, Steamboat's under the impression, too, that once he relieves Fuller of the belt, then the stable will probably just kind of fall apart.
Well, the one thing that he has going for him right now, Paul, to be frankly with you, they're all looking up to him. I mean, they think that the guy's a superhuman. He's got the belt. He's got money. He's able to sign these guys and pay them big bucks. Great backdrop by the Steamer.
But, you know, you wonder how deep that is, the love goes, because when you have to buy somebody and you have to bind them to a contract, you know, where does a friendship start?
As deep as the wallet, Paul, and any kind of friendship that is based on money, any kind of marriage that's based on money is doomed to fail. From the top rope, right, tomahawk chop. A great shot to the top of the head of Trent Knight, and he's not satisfied with that. He's going to try it again. Referee Byron Richard cautioning the Steamer, and here he comes again. 1, 2, 3. This one belongs to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And the fans are loving it. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Let's look at that on a slow motion instant replay. You're going to see him do a leap. You know he's done this from caves before in his native Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. Now, Ted, watch when he gets up at the top rope. Watch him give that little extra effort. It just probably adds about 50 pounds to the effort there. Watch. Just a dive. 2, 3, and that's it.
The narcissistic one, though, has used that positive mental attitude to be a very successful grappler.
His opponent from Mooresville, North Carolina, weighing in at 260 pounds, Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace in the ring against Curtis Thompson, but I doubt that this guy can go 60 minutes, Paul.
No, I know, Dan, I don't think it's the same Mike Wallace that you're thinking about.
No, I know better than that. He's in there against a superior athlete. You can see that Mike Wallace has not missed taking advantage of some of those domino pizza delivery guarantees of 30 minutes or less.
Yeah, I don't think that they were ever late.
Big guy, but he's in there a guy that's 247 pounds of explosive mojo. Powerful, fast, quick thinking. Curtis Thompson wearing the pink trunks, the shocking pink trunks.
This Curtis Thompson recently come back to this area. He was traveling around the world, and I think it was a world of good for him. And he's got a ton of experience, and the biggest thing was that he got a ton of confidence. And I think you know how much confidence he had. You made a statement about him being deeply in love
with himself, the narcissistic one. Ronnie Hanna, your referee for this event. One fall. And, of course, Curtis Thompson not resisting the opportunity to shout back at the audience, telling him to shut up. He's constantly talking with the audience, and I think that that's the one thing that's keeping him from being a champion. He doesn't fully concentrate on what's going on in the ring, Paul.
Well, that's right. You know, it's obvious that Thompson does not have a self-image problem, and I think if he concentrated more on his wrestling opponent and leave the fans alone and let them take their own course. If they want to cheer them, if they want to boo them, that's their prerogative.
Vince Torrelli came up with a line of the year the other day. We were talking about Curtis Thompson, and he says, it's good that Arnold Schwarzenegger, instead of Curtis Thompson, married Maria Shriver, because they would have been divorced by now. It would have started with an argument of who would get the mirror.
Yeah.
Get out of the way, Maria. I can't see myself. Wow. Wallace thrown out of the ring. And I tell you, a smaller guy would have been hurt. A smaller guy would have been hurt. Maybe some of that tonnage helped him out there because he hit those ropes hard.
Well, he did. You know, he come right back in. I wonder what it's going to take to make him mad.
I don't know, but he's going to have to exhibit a little more aggressiveness if he hopes to stand any chance of beating Curtis Thompson right here on South Atlantic Wrestling. Curtis doing a little fingernail job across the face of Mike Wallace. He's got a little streak of sadism as well. Sadistic lot, this guy is.
Well, that's it. You know, there's a choke.
And here's a guy that doesn't have to use these tactics, Paul. That's what makes you so darn mad, you know?
That's right. I personally know he has a ton of wrestling ability, but it goes back to the old thing, you know, just the shortcuts. If you could do something in 3 months and it'd take somebody going by the rules a year, then that's the way they want to go.
Well, you look at the guy's body and you know that he doesn't take any shortcuts in the gym. I mean, this guy's a hard worker. But then, you know, they say there's a difference in Curtis Thompson. Curtis Thompson left the area and went to wrestle in Portland and up into Canada. And when he came back, he was a changed man. And anytime you try to ask him about that, he slides it underneath the rug. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to tell us what changed him when he went to Canada and went to the Pacific Northwest.
Well, it could be a number of things. It could be a tag team partner that sort of brainwashed him to his way of thinking. You know, just the shortcuts. But shortcuts are also short-lived.
You know, Paul, you're a guy that has worked both sides of the fence. I remember there's some things you even said that you've done that you were not very proud of. But then there was the other Paul Jones. What turned Paul Jones around?
Well, that's it, Ted. Look at that.
That's it for Curtis. We'll get to that later on. Curtis Thompson getting a submission hold on Mike Wallace. And I'll tell you what, that's just an example of how strong he is to be able to get a hold of that shoulder and work him over. And he's not through yet. He's not happy. The winner of this match, Curtis Thompson. And don't go away because we've got a whole lot more coming up, including the War Eagle, Chris Chavis.
It's the
admirers, and I can tell you he's got many of them right here as he circles the ring, giving everybody high fives. Chris War Eagle Chavis.
His opponent from Mooresville, North Carolina, weighing in at 235 pounds, it's Mike Rexx.
Mike Rexx taking on a man with a mission, a Native American. Chris War Eagle Chavis, proud of his Indian heritage, Paul, and a guy that is going places in South Atlantic wrestling.
Going places fast. I mean, this man, he's got everything going for him. He never meets a stranger. He's always willing to go the extra mile, to go to schools and do seminars on drug-free and just about anything that he can help the community out. He volunteers.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And as I said, he always has time for his fans. Great guy. Super gentleman, both in and out of the ring. And here's a guy that you talk about aggressiveness. He has certainly become a tad more aggressive since he came into the South Atlantic wrestling area.
Yeah, he has. He just he feels at home here, you know, and just this man is looking for competition. He's looking and he's staying behind Steamboat all the time, just asking Steamboat questions and getting advice from Steamboat and myself. And this man wants to reach the top, and he wants to do it very soon.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike Rexx may be waking up the hornet's nest right now for the simple reason that we've seen him start slow before in the past. What a backdrop. What a backdrop. Yes, sir, the Indian is home.
What a physique this Chris Chavis has. A strong, powerful body.
Paul, I remember when I used to look like that.
I'll bite.
All right, maybe not quite like that, but...
well, how close?
Maybe not quite as close as that. I'm being facetious. This guy is built. I've seen walls that don't look as good. This guy has got a tremendous body on him, a dedicated worker. I mean, this guy gets into that gym, and they say that he gets in there before everybody else does and leaves after everybody else does.
Good. You know, Ted, I watch War Eagle around kids, and you know, kids, I don't know, kids have an instinct that they know who's friendly, who's not, who's sincere, and who's not. And they just take to him like Santa Claus.
Brother, they are the ultimate lie detector test, and they love this guy. I mean, they flock around him like bees around honey.
Yeah. I've had dogs before lick me, and I've had some of them bite me. So.
Dogs also are very perceptive.
That's right.
Front face lock.
Those powerful arms.
How'd you like to have those things wrapped around your throat, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Hard to gargle right now, isn't it, Mike Rexx? Chris Chavis, the War Eagle, a man on a mission. We spoke to him. He's got his mind set on the North American Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship belt. That could spell bad news for one Robert Fuller.
I'm sure Robert Fuller is looking at this man very, very close, because he knows as long as he's champion, he's got to take on Ricky Steamboat. He's got to take on Chris Chavis and Vince Torrelli.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's one guy I never get enough of, Vince Torrelli. Another outstanding competitor, another protege of Paul Jones. It's got to be a joy for you to watch the progress that these guys have made since they've come under your tutelage.
He is, you know, just I've never seen a more natural athlete than Vince Torrelli. You know, he just strikes me as somebody like what was the Indian years ago? They went to the Olympics, and was it our age?
What? Do I win anything if I just Jim Thorpe?
Yeah, Jim Thorpe. See, you know, he was a natural all-around athlete, and probably never spent a day in the gym.
You know, in those days, a lot of athletes were led to believe that working with weights was counterproductive, that it would slow you down. Boy, have we learned a lot over the years, huh?
Oh, we sure have. And look at football. You know, you get backs, you know, way over 200 pounds running.
Ironhead Hayward, 260 pounds for the New Orleans Saints. And Chavis went into that little war dance. And, Paul, when he goes into that little war dance, I can assure you that the...
Hi, folks.
The leg 2-3. This match belongs to the War Eagle, Chris Chavis. And Paul, why don't we take a look at this one on instant replay on our slow motion camera and describe the maneuver and let us know exactly how Chris Chavis was successful in his match against Mike Rexx.
Now, here you go. We got Chris Chavis is
well, there you see it right there.
Yeah, this is me and Ted Webb. We're going for the midget wrestling. What are we talking about, Ted? Paul?
Like the crack of the whip, I snap attack, front to back, in this thing called...
Well, there you have it. Tremendous display of athletic ability and power, Chris War Eagle Chavis, and you've got to be proud of him, Paul.
well, I am. I tell you one thing. It's like we were talking about a while ago. Chris is just an all-around athlete, and just like the new blood and Vince Torrelli here, a super athlete. And I tell you one thing. The world belt, and I'm talking about Robert Fuller's world belt. You're looking at the contenders, Ricky Steamboat. You're looking at Vince Torrelli. You're looking at War Eagle Chris Chavis. These men are the ones that you're going to have to contend with, Fuller. And I tell you one thing, Ricky Steamboat and myself are not finished with you and your stable. You go around here, you're buying time on national television. What's going to happen next time? You're going to buy a little more time, Pretty soon, you're going to have the whole hour for stud stable. Well, that's even one more reason why Ricky Steamboat and myself are in hot pursuit of your stable. And you're looking at this man right here, Vince Torrelli and War Eagle Chris Chavis. Yeah! Steamboat and I don't have to buy them, give them a contract. They offer their support without us even asking them.
Paul, it was a pleasure having you at ringside tonight. Vince, congratulations to you. Also, War Eagle, great performance out there tonight. We will see you again next week right here at the same station. Spread the word. The finest in professional wrestling comes from South Atlantic Wrestling. On behalf of Paul Jones and everyone, Ted Webb saying so long, everyone.